As we head into the second half of the NBA season, one of the big storylines could be stars returning from injury, Chris. And Derrick Rose, a former MVP, is one of the ones we have not even seen yet this year. What's your gut telling you? Is he going to come back this season?
Well, I think Derrick Rose comes back, but I think it's later than people originally expected. The original expectations were shortly after the All-Star break. I don't think anyone thinks right now that Derrick Rose is going to be back in the next week or 2 weeks, but I think ultimately he does decide to come back. And this is all on Derrick Rose right now. The Bulls are putting absolutely no pressure on him to play at all at any point this season. They know the investment they have in Derrick Rose is for next year and beyond, and not just the playoffs this year. But I think Derrick, at some point, whether it's the middle of March or early April, decides he wants to give it a go. And he's not going to be the same player. He's not even going to be close to the same player he was 2 years ago when he was the NBA MVP. But I think he can still be a difference maker for this Bulls team when he comes back, and I do expect him at some point to come back.
Yeah, and the Bulls right now are in playoff position, and another team in the Eastern Conference, the Indiana Pacers, are actually the third team in the Eastern Conference right now. They've been playing this whole season without their star in Danny Granger. Do you think they're going to have any trouble incorporating him back into the lineup when he does come back?
Look, I'm buying all things Pacers. I'm a believer in the Indiana Pacers. And I understand the argument that Danny Granger can't come back and take minutes away from Paul George or minutes away from Lance Stephenson. But there are ways to incorporate Danny Granger without costing those players significant minutes. Danny Granger's big enough to play the 4 position in a small lineup. And you can see Granger play some power forward alongside Stephenson, George, and either Roy Hibbert or David West in that front court. And that would give Indiana a totally different dynamic than that big lineup that they're used to playing. And when Granger comes back, he is going to help Roy Hibbert's game offensively. Teams won't double team Roy as much when Granger's on the floor because Granger is a tremendous perimeter shooter, especially from beyond the three-point line. So I think it's going to help the Pacers exponentially. And let's not forget, Pacers have beaten Miami twice already this regular season.
Let's look at a team that's on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. That's the Philadelphia 76ers. Thought they landed a big stud in Andrew Bynum. He's yet to be on the floor. Great haircuts, but yet to be on the floor. So what's the long-term plan now for Philadelphia?
Well, they badly need Andrew Bynum to come back because this team is based entirely on having a low-post presence like Andrew Bynum. They traded away Andre Iguodala. They allowed Lou Williams to leave as a free agent in the offseason. Those took away 2 of their best free throw shooters out of that lineup, so they don't get to the free throw line a lot, and they have trouble getting started early in the games in the first quarters because they can't throw the ball into the post to someone who can either score or get to the line. When he does come back, this Philadelphia team can still be really dangerous because they have Bynum in the middle. They have an all-star in Drew Holiday. Thaddeus Young is still a very good player. Evan Turner, sporadic at times, but still a guy that can score. This team can be a threat in the postseason if Bynum is healthy, but he's yet to give us any indication, really, about when he's going to be healthy and when he's going to come back.
I know you just look at some of the players and some of the talent that's on the bench. It's got to drive these coaches absolutely crazy, but still a lot to iron out in the Eastern Conference. Chris, thanks a lot.